September 8th, Monday, the day that Gen Z protests against corruption started. Many got injured and some even lost their lives. All for what? Raising their voice to fight for their freedom? Is it what Nepal has come to? Where the people who pay their taxes don't even get treated right, but the corrupted get saluted? To understand why this all happened, I'll give you a little insight of Nepal. To the outsiders, it looks like a peaceful and country filled with natural resources. But that's the only good thing. Nepal was ranked 107th out of the 180 countries in 2024. And I agree, all countries have corruption, but for Nepal, it's way too much. On November 13, 2023, Nepal decided to ban TikTok. And the reason? They said it was for social harmony, but obviously that wasn't the case. It was more about shutting down a powerful channel of opposition that the state could not easily manipulate or silence. It was because people started stating their opinions about the politicians and criticizing them. By banning TikTok, the government aimed to regain control over public discourse and limit the spread of anti-government sentiments. It was a strategic move to protect the political elite from being held accountable by a new digitally powered civil society movement. Fast forward to September 4, 2025, the government decided to block 26 social media platforms because those social medias failed to register the country. That wasn't even good of a reason for it to be blocked nationwide. About 90% of Nepal's 30 million people use the internet. It's like they didn't even think about the consequences and just did as they pleaded. Social media is not only a source of entertainment, but also a way of connecting to each other. There are millions of people who work abroad and use social media to get in touch with their families. But after the ban, that connection got cut off. How do you think those families must have felt? Taking away the right to be in touch with your family who's working hard and abroad just for you. Not only that, but many people use social media apps like YouTube for education purposes. Not to mention, there are also people from Nepal who make a living from doing YouTube. Young people, particularly Generation Z, saw this as an attack on freedom of expression, their main platform for study, communication, and activism. The protest quickly expanded to include demands for an end to government corruption and nepotism, using slogans like "Shut down corruption, not social media." They plan to protest on September 8 at Maitighar Mandala, head towards the parliament, and the same also happened in other cities in Nepal like Pokhara, Biratnagar, and Butwal. It was supposed to be a peaceful protest, but obviously the government wasn't planning on letting this happen without any consequences. Thousands of people, including students in college uniforms, showed up to the protest so their voices could be heard. And what did the government decide to do? Silence them. Police responded with tear gas, water cannons, rubber bullets, and batons to disperse the crowds. Curfews were enforced around the parliament area. The violence turned deadly. Reports indicated that around 21 protesters were killed and many more than 200 were injured. Yeah, I don't think those were rubber bullets. Does this seriously look like rubber bullets to you? And not to mention, students in college uniforms also got shot, which is an international law that the government broke. Could you imagine how the parents must have felt? Their child died just because they wanted to fight for their country. Is this seriously what Nepal has come up to? And that was not the end of it either. People who were not involved in the protest and were just pedestrians were also heavily injured. And police even started entering hospitals and beat up the already injured people. What exactly do you get by this? You're punishing them because they wanted justice? There were plenty of people who were live streaming the entire protest, but afterwards all of their IDs got banned. The government should be working together with the public, not showing how much power they have. Instead of listening to the voices, decided to silence them instead. There are millions of people suffering every day in Nepal, and the government doesn't do anything to help them. And there are these Nepo babies who get whatever they want just because their parents are a bunch of corrupted politicians while they're posting whatever nonchalant on social medias. There are millions of others who wonder if they'll even get to see tomorrow. King Prithvinarayan Saha, the first king who unified Nepal, what would he think of this? In his Divya Upadesh, he called Nepal a yam between two boulders and warned that corruption and disunity from within were more dangerous than foreign powers. He always believed in strong discipline and loyalty to the country. He wanted rulers to serve people with justice, honesty, and humility. He believed in protecting kingdom and maintaining order. Is this really what our ancestors would have wanted? You know, teachers in Nepal always told us that we were the ones who guide this country. We should love this country and fight for it. But as of right now, I think this country is beyond getting saved. It's seriously so depressing looking at what has happened to this country. And I doubt the government will even care about the casualties. Rest in peace to those beautiful souls who lost their lives in the protests.